Hey kids, I'm here at the sanctuary in St. John's because I want to show you one of the windows that we have in the sanctuary, because today is the feast of St. Mary Magdalene, and we have a window depicting Mary Magdalene. Now this scene you might recognize. You've got Mary here looking sad, sitting outside of a tomb with the stone that's been rolled away, and there's Jesus right behind her. But as you know, at first she didn't know that Jesus was there. She thought that someone had taken Jesus' body away. And then there's that great Easter moment where Jesus says Mary's name, and she wonders if he's the gardener. Then he reveals himself to her, and she runs and tells the disciples the good news of his resurrection with great joy. I just wanted to read a few verses of that text so we can hear it from Holy Scripture, the most important time that we hear Mary Magdalene mentioned in Scripture. This is from John chapter 20. Now on the first day of the week, Mary Magdalene came to the tomb early while it was still dark, and saw that the stone had been taken away from the tomb. So she ran and went to Simon Peter and the other disciple, the one whom Jesus loved, and said to them, "They have taken the Lord out of the tomb, and we do not know where they have laid him." Now this is where the disciples run and see the empty tomb, and then run back, but Mary Magdalene's still there, and that's where the account picks up. But Mary stood weeping outside the tomb, and as she wept, she stooped to look into the tomb. And she saw two angels in white sitting there where the body of Jesus had lain, one at the head and one at the feet. They said to her, "Woman, why are you weeping?" She said to them, "They have taken away my Lord, and I do not know where they have laid him." Having said this, she turned around and saw Jesus standing, but she did not know that it was Jesus. Jesus said to her, "Woman, why are you weeping? Whom are you seeking?" Supposing him to be the gardener, she said to him, "Sir, if you have carried him away, tell me where you have laid him, and I will take him away." Jesus said to her, "Mary." She turned and said to him in Aramaic, "Rabboni," which means teacher. Jesus said to her, "Do not cling to me, for I have not yet ascended to the Father. But go to my brothers and say to them, I am ascending to my Father and your Father, to my God and your God." Mary Magdalene went and announced to the disciples, "I have seen the Lord," and that he had said these things to her. So it's that last line in that account of Jesus' resurrection that we especially remember Mary Magdalene on this feast of Mary Magdalene. "I have seen the Lord," that she announces to the apostles. So you know that the 12 disciples, they were given the job to go out to all nations and preach the good news of Jesus' death and resurrection for the salvation of all. But it was Mary at the tomb who had the joy of being the first to announce this good news to the apostles, who would then announce this good news to the world. So this gives us a great example that Mary, she was a faithful Christian. She faithfully followed Jesus, but she wasn't an apostle. She wasn't one of the 12 leaders of the church. Yet even Mary was given the joy and the encouragement and the responsibility to share this good news of Jesus' resurrection with all. And so that's what she did, and that's what you can do with whoever you come across. It doesn't matter who you are, if you're just a kid, if you're nobody important, if you're nobody that's named in Holy Scripture or some other important place. You're a child of God. Jesus has given his resurrection to you, and you are free and encouraged by God to share this good news with all the people that you see.